So RRQ and DFM, they eliminated Team Secret and Global. So goodbye to Team Secret and Global. That was a little bit of a surprise for me that DFM ended up winning the game against Global Esports. I thought that one was a small upset there.
Yeah, I agree. From what we've seen from them both, but I think it was two things. One was I don't care what the manager said from Global Esports about their map pool and what they've practiced. Clearly, their Haven is just really, really bad. Because if you're banning it 3 times in a row after you've clearly not been able to showcase your Abyss, then it's not good, right? Like banning against Secret is like, okay, it's a respect ban. Secret always good on it. I was down to buy into that, but now it's like, okay, this is a little questionable. And you know what? If you want to have the excuse of, hey, we had to retool with a stand-in and whatever, that's fine too. But it's like this whole masking of, well, we were actually well prepped on everything, just clearly wasn't true. And I think I think their further opponents read into that. Like I think Talon and DFM were like, we just got to pick Abyss. Like we're going to be fine. I
thought they said, am I going mad? I thought they said, and we were talking about it last week, that literally like we can't play Abyss.
Yeah, they were basically like Abyss was our least prepared map, but then you kept banning it. So you know what I mean? Like the leaking of that information. Like if that had never gone public, we would just be sitting here of like, I wonder what's going on. But now that they've said that, we're like, oh, actually, that's just not true. Your Haven's actually worse than your Abyss. So
right. I mean, yes, but both maps. Both maps didn't look good.
So that was questionable. But then I would also say, I mean, let's be honest, on Split, like DFM was getting bailed out hard with some hero plays as well. Like they were able to just survive. Like May getting a fadeaway shot into a 3K to secure the round, like near the end of the game. It's just like, what do you do at that point? So I don't know if you can really blame too much in terms of like upset potential on Split, but it's unfortunate.
Do you think there's a chance if Split had gone the other way, that Global would have won on Lotus?
What comp would they have played would be my question.
Yeah, okay, but do you guys I don't really hate this comp though, the Triple Sentinel. I don't hate it. You guys are all looking at me like I'm the most insane man.
It relies on a lot of people messing up, and I don't think that this comp. I think this comp is doable if you can somehow get out towards aggro A, but you just can't because you have no duelist. Like it's so.
I do think it's heavily reliant on the chamber popping off. Yes.
Yeah, you have to just rely on picks.
That many places that you can play the chamber. It's not like where you're playing a Raze and they can be taking fights with their team in a number of different positions. I think it's a bit more predictable, like where you're going to run into the chamber. You don't know exactly every round, but you know roughly where they're going to be taking the fight. Like we have to be worried about Mound. We have to be worried about that early angle on B. We have to be worried about that A angle. And there's also just no pressure on the attackers as they take space apart from the chamber. So you've got a lot of like static util, but the attacking team, I think, has a lot of freedom to just kind of walk forward until they meet that utility, rather than constantly getting like skirmished as they try to take space.
I'm not saying it's great. I just think it could have worked against a team like DFM. Right, I just don't have full faith that DFM was gonna trip everything and get rid of all the util and yada yada yada. I think that's fair.
I think that's fair. How do you feel about DFM coming out of this then? Can they make an international?
No.
I'm just bringing that up because Paperthin said it at the beginning of the.
Well, okay. I will say the broadcast ended and all of us looked at each other from the Pacific broadcast and we were like, God damn it, we're gonna have to listen to Paperthin just go off about DFM for the whole year because they got this one win and they survived in kickoff. And he's gonna be like, well, they had potential and they have more help than May. They now have Akame as well, and he's able to frag out when he needs to. And so, yeah, he does have more help, but I mean, the competition is so rough.
Yeah, there's enough decent teams in Pacific. I mean,
that's the issue.
Why had said Fury would go to an international? Like,
yeah, I mean, Paperthin's been bailed out by one of the other worst takes of the year, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think yeah, I don't think they can. We got some positives because like gyen or gyen.
Yeah, gyen.
Right. Yeah. He played really good on the first map, and I feel like he kind of needed that confidence. That's like a good sign. But yeah, are they at the levels of being able to qualify? No, we got a long way to go for that. I also think that G comp really needs a Omen if you're gonna run no duelists.
You mean on Lotus?
On Lotus. Oh, that I would agree with. Yeah. I will say though, like within Pacific, from what we've seen, I think DFM, I think they could still, let's say, beat Secret, ZETA, you know, boom. Like I think those would all
They
be.
got
They could be.
Paper Rex next.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think history is repeating itself that one.
Yeah.